Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nash. How are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a man that do come from Zim, but regularly I do move around a lot. So I just act as if I am a tourist, like someone that loves to travel. But no, each and every time when I am traveling, it is because I will be performing a ritual. I have what I call a pot of wealth that was handed to me by a traditional healer that I met in Mozambique. When I went to South Africa, that was when my life took a dramatic change. I had never experienced a good life before. I grew up in the villages. Life was just difficult. After losing my dad, and then I was taken to the city by my uncle. Then I started to work, but I was working as a gardener. The money that I was making, it was not enough. I wanted to raise enough money to get a passport, but I could not. I then traveled to South Africa with one of these other friend of mine who was working on a farm. I thought that in South Africa, people were just picking up money everywhere, even from the trees. I got the shock of my life when I came to South Africa. We arrived at this farm. It was almost in the middle of the night. I said, is this South Africa? Are we already in South Africa, or we are still on our way going to South Africa? And my friend laughed at me and he said, this is it, my man. This is where we are going to work. The reason as to why I asked him, it was because at the place where we were going to stay, it was just a big shed where the trucks were parking there. And almost everyone that was from Zim that was working on that farm, you could not get a room. It was only the South Africans that got rooms. So we were just sleeping on top of these other bells of grass. Life was quite difficult. When the morning came, that was when we were taken to the fields. Oh my God, I had never seen people working like slaves before in my life. We were picking up potatoes. There was not even a chance for you to just stretch your back. By the time that you would have finished working, you needed to walk maybe for about 5 meters, just stretching your back bit by bit. The work there was very hard and very painful. And I was someone who never liked to work very hard. Quickly, I started to speak with some customers that would come to buy the potatoes and some other things that were being sold at that farm where I was now working. I spoke with one man who was a South African. So what he will do is that he would come to the farms, he would buy tomatoes in bulk as well as other fresh produce, and then he would go and sell them to other people that would sell the items one by one in town. I told him that I was looking for a job, and indeed he said that he wanted someone that was from Zim that could work for him. I worked for that man, so this was like my springing board from the farms to the city, and I started staying in the location. I did not stop looking. I was always looking for something that could help me. That was when I met a man who was a builder. So he had a very small construction company. He only had 4 workers, and then we would move around renovating homes. We became very good friends, and then that was when he started to tell me about a lot of stories about his father, his uncle, and he said that his uncle owned several trucks, and this man was a ritualist. And I asked him why he did not want to become a ritualist. He said that, no, I don't have the energy, even the guts to do it. I said, I have the guts to do it. He said, I don't think that you will be able to do it. Anyway, we continued communicating. He would go to his country, he would come back to South Africa, until I then asked him if it was possible for him to give me at least contacts so that I can go to Mozambique, to other people out there who want to become ritualist. You will never become a ritualist overnight. It is a process, and this process, it can take a very long time. All that it needs for you is to be patient, and patience only is what can assist you. So this man, after he had seen that I was patient enough, that was when he told me that he was going to give me some phone numbers of this other traditional healer that he knew. Me and that man, we spoke, but communicating with him, it was quite a challenge. He then said, oh well, let us just work, and after we would have worked, what we are going to do is that let us just work for a couple of months. By the time that I would want to go back home, I will make sure that I will go with you. That is when I found myself in Mozambique. When I got there, the man then said, you know what, this thing you are going to do it on your own. I do not want to become part of it. He then introduced me to his uncle, who was more than happy to assist me. Just before we had gone to the village to meet up with that man who was going to assist me to become a ritualist, he revealed the snake to me and he said, you are going to be making money, my boy. Look at this. And I saw a snake for the first time in my life vomiting money, piles of US dollar bills, and I said, I will make whatever sacrifice that is going to be required from me so that I can have all of this money. But I did not know that some of these sacrifices, they are sacrifices that you need to offer almost for the rest of your life. Nothing is for free from this world. The truth is, I was cursed by this traditional healer. Since I was someone that was really excited, I did not even ask important questions like how many people was I supposed to kill. All that I did was that I was asked if I was able to write the names of the people that I knew, from my relatives to my extended family to my friends. I wrote almost everyone that I know, and people have been dying. And I have since noticed that the people that I wrote on the list, one by one, in that same order that I wrote their names, they are all dying, these people. And then there is another task that I have to follow. Whenever I make money, I need to take this money and then move from one country to another. In the past, it used to be easy to move around with a lot of money. If I fell, this pot will grow angry, and then it will take one amongst those people that I wrote on that piece of paper, which I wrote when I was still in Mozambique. So this is the curse that has to happen to me. I am constantly moving between Mozambique, South Africa, and my country. I do move around as if I am a tourist, and I do donate to the poor, handing out this money that is vomited by this clay pot. It's not like it vomits all of this money that I need to donate. Let's say if it vomits maybe 10,000 US dollars, I'll be instructed to take about 1,000 US dollars or 2,000. Then I will go into a particular country and then donate that money. The rest of the money, I have to spend it. I don't have to save anything. As fast as this money comes to me, I have to spend it, Brother Nashi. And when I did these rituals, I thought that I was creating generational wealth. But when I look at the times when I tried to force myself to invest, I bought a plot and I bought a lot of cattle with the intentions of raising them up and taking them to the auction. This tokoloshi that stays inside this pot that always vomits money decided to punish me. When I was about to take my cattle to the auction after so many years of hard work, that was when they started to die. They died one by one mysteriously. I only took 3 cattle to the auction. I wish I could destroy this pot, but I am scared, for the healer said, how can you kill something that feeds you? How can you kill something that gives you shelter? How can you poison yourself? Because this clay pot has become part of your soul. Can you poison your soul? I feel like I have become a prisoner to this pot. Still, I feel much more sorry for these people that I give this cursed money to. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. That was the translation of the message that he sent to me. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.